What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and welcome to the commentary channel where we're oddly playing Fortnite. I know, it's one of the games that I'm always talking about on the other channel, but I thought I'd go ahead and bring it over here, with webcam for once in a while, just to give you guys some more variety of the content you're seeing on this channel. In today's video, as you could already tell by the title, I want to talk about time management. This has been something I've been notoriously bad on, not even just recently, but growing up, right? Back when I had school and everything, back in high school, middle school, and everything else, I was known as a procrastinator, right? I was the type of person who would, if I had to figure out what to do on an assignment or something, do it very last minute. I mean, when I was younger, if you want to know how bad I was at procrastinating, and if you're a teacher that is somehow watching my channel all these years later, please don't, please don't ask me about this, okay? I don't want to explain what I did and didn't do in your class. But back when I was real young, when we had cubbies, we didn't even have lockers or anything. It was a little like drawer you would open in the classroom and put your stuff into. I had this strategy to get out of actually doing homework. What I would do is when the teacher would come around, she would go around to each table, you would have your homework on the table and she would go ahead, check it off or whatever else. I would go over to my cubby as if I'm trying to get something out of there when the teacher comes over to my table, and I'd act like I'm looking in it, right? But what I would be doing is shoving unfinished homework into the cubby and just calling it a day. And when she walked away from my table, I walked back to the table and she didn't come back to check mine or anything else. I don't know how I ended up passing that grade or anything when I was younger, but I mean, I did. And that was something I did for like a whole entire year, right? Towards the end, during one of the parent-teacher conferences, the teacher actually showed looked through my cubby and everything else because it had all the homework and stuff in there, and showed it to my parent. And that was, an interesting conversation because you just got like a year of just non-done work just sitting there. But it was one thing I really procrastinated on back in school, and it was something that I thought I was being so clever on by not doing and having the strategy to not do it, when if I had actually just done the homework, if I didn't just slack off to play video games, I would have been able to not have that confrontation. I would have just had a normal time in that class, and I probably would have had a higher grade than I got or whatever else. I don't even know what my grade was. I don't want to look back at whatever the grade was, but hey, I passed without failing the grade, so thumbs up on my part, right? And it's something that I've kind of thought about recently, especially with how I do like YouTube and stuff, right? Because this is my job. This is what I do daily. I wake up, play video games, record videos, leak games, look in the files nonstop, stress out over coding programs and everything else, trying to figure out my problems and everything. It is a little bit more complicated than just playing games, but I do a lot of stuff daily, right? And a lot of it is just dedicated to just YouTube. This is my life. YouTube and Twitter, just doing this nonstop. And like with Twitter recently, I've already started to cut back. You guys already heard me talk about that in the one video where I was like, hey, I'm not using personal Twitter stuff anymore. I'm just going full, Fortnite news, Twitter. I don't need to do personal stuff. I can just kind of exist in my own little bubble and be happier about it. And that's one way I was actually starting to work on my timing a bit more. But with 2024, I wanted to set a goal for myself, but I didn't want to call it a New Year's goal, because let's be honest, any goal that you mark as for New Year's, you're not going to do. Maybe you'll do it for a month or two, but you end up quitting. So I thought, why not just make it a normal goal? Why don't I just make it something that I just do, not because of a special occasion like New Year's or something, but because I want to be better in my own future, so that I don't have this type of procrastination, so that I actually have better time management and I can spend more time doing other things instead of just YouTube. And I mean, as you're watching this video right now, I'm in Japan. I've been in Japan for like 13, 14, 15 days. I don't even know how long at this point, but I've been there for a while now, and this video is pre-recorded ahead of time on the Fortnite channel. I have videos pre-recorded all the way up to February 19th. So there is a lot of content that is just being recorded over time just to be prepared for me to have my own time when I'm out there in Japan. And of course, I still will be recording some videos for the Fortnite channel while I'm there, but for the most part, it's me time, it's free time, right? And that was one thing I've been thinking about. I was like, I need to give myself weekends off or something at least, right? Because like, you look at the other jobs that other family members or even friends will have, and they work a lot of the time or whatever. They may work more hours than me, maybe and sometimes, they work less hours than me or whatever. But for the most part, they work different hours, they have their own schedules and everything else, but their job gives them days off. Their job gives them times when they're allowed to just kind of sit there and exist, enjoy the things outside of their work or whatever they do daily, whatever their specialty is, right? They can go ahead and just enjoy life as they want to when they have those days off. And I've had times recently, and over like the past year or whatever else, when I've had family members be like, yeah, you're always busy, you never have time to spend with whatever else. And I understand that, because a lot of the time, if I'm up, especially since everyone has their own different schedule, and with YouTube I just kind of have no schedule at all. I'm up sometimes, maybe I sleep other days, for most of the day or whatever else. It's a mess, right? And I don't have that time where I can be like, yeah, I'm not doing anything today. I'm not going to record a video anytime soon or whatever. We can go ahead and just hang out or whatnot, because I'm always doing YouTube. I'm always on call for Fortnite content creation or leaks or whatever else. And I've always thought about it for the past 3 years without a break, doing daily videos on the Fortnite channel, that I need to do this daily. I mean, I daily uploaded during times when I had COVID on the Fortnite channel. I was like deathbed. I was like deathbed time, right? My tastes were all messed up and everything else. You could tell in those old videos I was sick, but I still kept making videos because I wanted to make sure I had that content available for you guys to actually watch. I didn't want to end the upload streak, right? And that's one thing that a lot of people have heard me say over and over is, I can't end the streak when the streak ends. I'm never doing that again type of stuff. And it is true. If the streak on the Fortnite channel ends, I don't think I would do daily videos. I think I would move to every other day videos just because it's better for me. So what I've started to do here, and if you're a friend who has talked to me for a long time, you've probably heard this, right? A friend will go ahead and tell me, you need to give yourself a break or something. And I'm like, what's a break? I've never heard of her in the first place. And that's just kind of how it's gone, right? That's kind of how it's always been. And what I've started to do here is think about it like this. Sure, I'm doing daily videos on the Fortnite channel, but what I could do is pre-record videos in advance, because when it comes to Fortnite news, sometimes you gotta record something that day, right? But not every day are you gonna have to record something the day of the news dropping. So why don't I take advantage of that fact where I'm a leaker? I know news before it actually releases so that I can record videos ahead of time, go ahead and, for example, like I'm doing with the Japan trip, maybe record, instead of like a whole entire month of videos, right? Maybe I can record like a week of videos or something like that ahead of time when I have all the topics fresh in my mind and I want to work on it. And then that means instead of having no days off, waking up, getting in a routine where I just leak YouTube, or I make YouTube videos and I leak Fortnite, I don't have to really focus on that too much. I have alerts and notifications on for if there's any Fortnite news that kind of drops out of the blue. And when it comes to the YouTube channel, you would already have videos prepared. And it also means that if there's a situation where, let's say, oh, this topic isn't needed right now because there's a bigger topic that would get more views on YouTube, I can just take that video I pre-recorded, especially if I'm not recording like a whole entire week in advance in just like 2 or 3 days, take the video I pre-recorded, schedule it a day later, and move a video and create that video today of whatever the bigger topic is, right? So that I just have more time to myself and I'm not wasting my 20s just sitting here playing Fortnite and recording a video every single day without spending time with family or friends or anything else because of YouTube, right? Because who knows how long family is going to be around? Who knows how long I'll have the specific friend group I have? And everything could change one day, right? And I don't want to have it just be something where I've basically dedicated my entire life to YouTube and I sold myself to just doing this type of content daily, to the point where my family doesn't know anything about what's going on. They don't know really what I've been up to, I haven't really talked to them, hung out with them or anything else, because I've just been doing this here. And that is why I want to make this video. I want to talk about how I'm changing stuff. Like, for example, this video and this channel, you've already seen how I said I'm going to do at least one video a week instead of trying to do every other day or something like that. Sometimes you get more videos in a week, sometimes you get less, or you'll always get at least one a week, basically, right? And it's like, that is the whole entire goal going forwards, is just to manage my time better so that I don't have an issue like when I was younger and I just shoved all the homework into a cubby and was just like, oh, nothing bad will ever happen here. I don't want it to all pile up one day and then it all hits me at once that I've basically just kind of done this and I haven't given myself the time to experience other things out there, like hanging out with friends, family, or anything else. So use this as an opportunity to think about what you want to change in 2024. It doesn't have to be a New Year's goal. It just has to be a goal that you set for yourself now, and take advantage of it. Go ahead and try setting it in your mind that you have to do this, you want to do it or whatever else, and make it happen, right? That's all I really want to say here, is I'm trying to officially with 2024, not even as a New Year's goal or anything, make changes that I think are better for my life and make them actually happen. Like the first change I wanted to make, quitting using a public Twitter account, right? Still do it for whatever my job is or whatever else, but don't use a personal Twitter account just because, I want to tweet every single thing on my mind out to the public. I don't have to do that, so I shouldn't have to force myself to do it and have it suck up a lot of my time. And also, another thing, just like this video, right? Another goal I've randomly set this year that isn't tied to New Year's or anything like that is just make sure I'm managing my time better so I can spend more time with family, with loved ones, with friends, playing video games, hanging out with people and stuff. Because one of the weekends that I had actually tried, recording videos in advance for that weekend on the Fortnite channel, instead of just kind of sitting there doing nothing, I decided I was going to go ahead and play some Lethal Company with some friends, right? A friend group that I basically rejected all the invites invites of, whenever they would ask me to play, I'd be like, not today, not today, not today, or whatever else. And if you keep pushing back those invites, if you keep just being like, not today over and over again, there'll be a point where you just don't get those invites, because they're just going to assume no matter what, you're just going to decline them, right? And then you'll sit there and you're like, well, why don't I get invited anymore? It's because you never accepted it in the first place. And that is why, you know, I'm hoping in 2024, make some good changes, you know, start doing better in my own life and making changes that just make me happier overall, and maybe even get into some hobbies. One thing I want to do is eventually learn a little bit more on how to draw, because I can't draw for anything, right? But that's a topic for another time, and I hope this video maybe motivated you in some ways. Until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.